SEC Media Days was coming up, and for sports people, it's the Mecca. You need to get there. Movers and shakers, deals happen. You need to get there. And so I called a friend and I said, I'll do anything. You know, I'll show up early. I'll stay late. I'll get sound for you. I'll transcribe. I'll do whatever if you would request a credential from me. And he said, okay, I will. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I said, what do you need me to do? And he said, nothing. And I said, really? And so here's the lesson. Even though he needed me to do nothing, I was auditioning for myself. I was auditioning for my future job. I was auditioning, betting on myself. So I showed up every day, 15 minutes early, stayed 30 minutes late. And in this room, if you can imagine, it's the radio internet room at that time, which was, not very new, but, it wasn't what it is now. And there's about 30 to about 70 people, and the coach comes in, he sits down, he makes an opening statement, and then they say go. And everybody rushes at the same time. It's all men, okay? At that time, it was really all men. So everybody's asking at the same time. So it sounds like this. And only the strong survive. So you just start asking and screaming with everybody else, and the strongest person just keeps going, and the coach is doing this, and then he finally, circles in on you. I got a question into every player and every coach of that SEC Media Days. And at the end of it, a guy taps me on the shoulder and he said, I've been watching you. He said, you're really impressive. And I was like, well, thank you, and he said, how would you like to come to Tuscaloosa and cover the Crimson Tide? And I was like, I said, let me go home and pray about that. We talked to my family. And 24 hours later, I said, yes. I didn't know a soul in Tuscaloosa. That was in July. In August, I moved there not knowing a soul. I went to work for the Tuscaloosa News, hosted the Cecil Hurt Show, one of the most famous sports editors in all of college football history. Hosted his show, and then that was August. And then January, I was at the Rose Bowl covering Texas and Alabama.